Hello and welcome along to Chasing the Dollar, brought to you by The Tab. Now we've got some good racing to get into this Saturday night at Wentworth Park. The feature is the Chairman's Cup. Tim Newbold, last week a little bit hit and miss, but this is the week.
Yeah, confident this week, Ben. I've done all the form, all the videos. We've got to kick back. We did our money last week. We just got run down a couple of times, but I'm pretty confident we can kick back. And the Chairman's Cup, it is a really, really good race. He knows you know, Irma Bale and co. It is a really, really good race. Looking forward to Saturday night.
Yeah, most certainly. That is the feature, the Chairman's Cup on Saturday night at Wentworth Park. Let's call in at The Tab now. And here's Matt Jenkins.
It's going to be a big night on Saturday night at Wentworth Park. The good news is for New South Wales customers, a $25,000 quaddie jackpot as well. So Tim Newbold's tips, all important this week with that jackpot on offer. And of course also a feature race, and we're open at the moment on the Chairman's Cup, the Group 3 race at Wentworth Park. I tell you what, he knows Uno. Very impressive last week, the fastest heat time of the night. Going to be hard to beat, but box 4 not going to be a help. And also looking over there at South Australia, we've got the heats for the Derby on as well. Of course, the final next week, and also the South Australian Oaks final as well in a very, very wide open race. But we've got hopes up, the $3.50 favourite.
Okay, we kick it off with race number 5. Now, I've been away for a couple of months. I don't know too many of these. Tell me about them.
Well, I like number 1, Little Ed. He's been going around for a while at Wentworth Park. He contested the Blacktop Series at the Gardens recently. A good effort. He did finish third in one of the heats, didn't make the final. He then finished down the track in the Consolation. He returns to Wentworth Park. I think he's well drawn on the inside, underneath a moderate beginner, so he will get a chance to rush through at the first turn, and I think this is an opportunity to find the bunny, and he is a bunny dog. When he does find the lead, he just continues to roll. He's broken 30 seconds at Wentworth Park. I think he'll find the lead at the first turn and get the money. Number 1, Little Ed on top. 3, Bit Isolated. She ran a cracker when beaten by Transcend Time in quick time last week. She's got 2 moderate beginners drawn on either side, so she's going to be right in the firing line at the jump. Throw in 4, Jeremy Jet. He'll be running on at the end, and 5, Spring Karoma for all of your multiples.
That takes us to race number 6. Now, there's 4 last start winners going around here in this final. Pretty tough race to line up too, and no flash times there.
Yeah, this is pretty much a lottery. Most of these greyhounds, I shouldn't say most, half of them have all got a similar early section. So whatever finds the lead at the first turn, I think will win. I've settled on number 5, My Sweet Love. She's unbeaten in 2 runs at Wentworth Park. She can be a bit touchy at box rise, but when she rolls, she gets flying into stride, and I think if she does begin cleanly, she's got enough burn to lead. If she does lead, they won't run her down. She's got the time on the board, and she could even run a couple of these greyhounds down if she did, settle second or third. She has got a bit of strength on her side. She's a greyhound with a heap of ability. Number 5, My Sweet Love. Number 8, Frisky Melody, the value runner, beautifully drawn wide on the track, has got early pace, will be rushing toward the lead at the first turn, and a genuine chance of getting the fly at big odds. Number 3, Ruby Fly High, brilliant beginner, good early pace, but very, very weak at the end. If she led and there was trouble behind her, she could get away with it at good odds. Number 4, Parleys. This greyhound is unbeaten at Wentworth Park as well, but has got to contend with the awkward 4 alley with genuine speed drawn all around her. It is very, very tough. My Sweet Love just needs a bit of luck from the alley, but I think it can go close.
Well, the feature of the night is race number 8, the Chairman's Cup, but race number 7 is a cracker. It's the free-for-all over 520 metres. One of yours goes around here, Mr. Clydesdale. You like him, but he's drawn the 5 here. Does he win from there?
We'll just get a better price. I love him. He's back to his best. He can be a little risky, but then he burns. He's got a moderate beginner drawn on his inside in Electro Storm, which will help him. He's just got to contend with Where's the Risk on his outside. She'll want to crash across just after box rise, but I just need him to put his shoulder into her. Just stay straight at the first turn, just keep rolling. If he does find the lead, they won't be beating him. You've just got to get him to step cleanly. I think he will win. Number 5, Mr. Clydesdale. 7, Midnight Capers. She's going really well at the moment. She can handle a wide alley. She's got Where's the Risk on her inside, so she should get room to move in the initial stages. She's got a good chance. 4, Electro Storm is airborne at the moment, has just gone through the Canberra Cup Series, will be running on at the end, and Transcend Time up in grey, but I think it could be thrown into your wider multiples and wider quaddies as well.
Okay, well, that takes us to the feature. It's race number 8, $25,000 to the winner. It is the Chairman's Cup final for the stayers over 720 metres. And, Tim, there's a fair few chances here. It's a pretty open race.
It is a really, really good Chairman's Cup. All bar me are probably the best stays in the country. I've settled on the Victorian Irma Bale. She was cut down in the final stride last week. She led a long, long way. If you did back her, you'd probably say she was disappointing. I think she'll be improved by the run. She only needs to find a length or two and she'll be high balling out on the lead. I don't think they'll pick her up. I'm really confident. I think she'll run a huge race, Irma Bale. With the one run at Wentworth Park under her belt, she will be improved. For He Knows You Know, what else? What more can you say about this greyhound? He's a freakish chaser. He blew them away in 42.09 last week. From a favourable wider alley, he goes back to box number 3, so he's going to need luck in the early stages to weave into the clear, and then he'll come with a big rush. He's got a huge chance. Switch up the value runner, big win after missing the jump badly last week. It has got a definite chance at good odds. And number 2, Dusty Valley, you've got to throw it into your wider quaddies. Anne Foley's done a fantastic job with this greyhound. He is rising in class, but he's going really well at present.
Okay, time to have a look at the best bet and the best value last week. The best bet, well, it didn't even stop in the shadows of the post. It was a fairway before. Very, very disappointing. What about this week?
Yeah, thanks for reminding me, Benny. In the third race, number 1, Star Sapphire, I think this greyhound is going enormous at the moment. Well drawn on the inside, has just got to hold a position at the first turn. There'll be a couple of runners coming across. She can settle 3rd or 4th and run over the top of these. There is genuine speed in the race, and I think she'll be winning race 3, number 1, Star Sapphire.
All right, that's the best bet. What about the value?
Race 1, number 6, Lagoon Loanna, the Dapto Oaks winner from a couple of runs ago. Beautifully drawn wider out on the track, in between moderate beginners. I think she can be rushing toward the lead at the first turn. If she does find the top, she'll keep rolling along. Race 1, number 6, Lagoon Loanna for value.
Well, there is plenty happening in the world of sport just at the moment. Of course, footy finals and lots more. Matt Jenkins from the Tab, he's got it all.
Racing at Rose Hill on Saturday, a very big meeting, of course, the Golden Rose race on. A cheater the favourite at $2.20. Early betting was as much as $13 and looks a pretty good race as well. Cabayan on the second line of betting. Now, I can tell you a huge jackpot here. $1 million guaranteed on the quaddie there at Rose Hill. That is for New South Wales customers on Saturday. On a sporting front, of course, the NRL surprise here, Manly outsiders against the Cowboys, so that is big news. Manly on the drift, of course, missing some of their players and injury concerns as well. And in the other match, the Bunnies, they continue to firm their $1.45 to beat the Raiders, who are on the drift, out to $2.85. The Dogs are favourites overall in the AFL. Some big games, and the teams from over in the West are very popular. Freo, popular to beat to Adelaide, they are outsiders, and West Coast are also outsiders, only slight outsiders to the Pies as well. We'll continue our promotion on NRL and AFL right throughout the second week and third week as well. Last week we gave back $100,000 on our specials. Back a player in the first try scorer market. They don't score first, but later in the game you'll get your money back in full. So good news, that is happening there as well. And also in the AFL, have a bet on the first goal scorer market. They don't score first but score later in the quarter. You get your money back, and that is your money back in full as well. All those markets are at tab.com.au, 133 390. And of course, follow us on Twitter at tab.com.au.
Okay, thank you very much, Matt. Now, that's all we've got time for on this edition of Chasing the Dollar. Irma Bale's the tip for the Chairman's Cup. You're confident too, aren't you?
Yeah, I think she'll run a huge race. Obviously, He Knows You Know, the one to beat, but she'll be a bit better odds, and she'll hopefully find the lead and just keep running along.
Let's hope so. You'll be accountable next week, and we'll see you next time on Chasing the Dollar.